the second week in a row, the Chicago Bears offense tanks as they lose to the New Orleans Saints 23-26. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Bears. And if you are a Bears fan still, I hope, and you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe because I do talk a lot of NFL and I do talk a lot of Bears on this channel, and we're going to be doing just that today as we recap the Bears and the Saints game. So if you're not following me on all my social media accounts, go ahead and do so. Links down below for all that good stuff. But we got a lot to talk about, and I got a lot of people to rip into, so let's get into it. So I just went live after the game, and I'm recording this now, so I apologize if my voice is a little down because of all the yelling I have to do after that pathetic performance by the Bears, specifically their offense. I want to let the defense off here for a little bit, okay? But let's start by saying this. I did predict the Bears to lose this game, and the reason I'm pointing this out is not to brag or anything. The only reason I'm saying that is because you guys always hate when I pick the Bears to lose, but this is a reminder that I do it because I have to be a realist, and I can't just put my blinders on and just pick the Bears to win every single game when they are not giving me a valid reason to do so. And after that Rams game, after that performance, I had no confidence in the offense for the Bears to be able to go and ahead and beat the Saints, even though the Saints were traveling to Chicago and it was going to be a home game for us. So again, that's the only reason why I brought it up, because you guys expect me to pick the Bears every week, and I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to do it if I legitimately feel like the Bears have a chance to win the game. And even though I believed the Bears did have a chance to win this game, I couldn't do it because, again, my confidence level in this team keeps going lower and lower. Okay, so as far as today and the Bears, like we always do, let's go ahead and start with the positives, and we'll get to the negatives, okay? So a couple positives here. Look, the defense, it's been the story all season in terms of they're bend but don't break, right? They give up a lot of field goals. They never usually give up a lot of touchdowns, and you like that. And the fact is, folks, if the defense wasn't out there as much as they are, and they aren't so gassed, they'd be a lot better. And that's an indictment on the offense, which I will get to. We're trying to focus on the positives here real quickly. But yeah, I mean, sure, could they have contained Alvin Kamara a little bit better? Yeah, he had a million catches, it felt like, today. So he really ripped us apart in the middle of the field. Had a couple of big runs at the end there. Definitely a big run to get the kick in overtime. Overall, the defense, has been solid. You can't expect much better in today's NFL in a way, if you will. Again, there's always going to be instances. Do I wish we didn't give up that stupid touchdown to Jared Cook before halftime? Yeah. But for the most part, if this team was balanced and we were getting a decent offense that was supporting our defense would be able to better support the offense. But that has not been happening. Okay, so defensively, still solid. I know you might think Faiz, we still gave up 26 points, folks. Again, in today's NFL, unless you're giving up consistently 30-40 points every single week, you should have a chance to win the game, and that is what the defense is allowing you to do. They're not going to get a turnover, a pick six, a touchdown every single game. Okay, so defensively, I was fine with it. I'm not going to blame the defense. Again, could there have been spots that they could have been better? Sure, but no. Another positive, Carlos Santos. I got to give a round of applause to this guy right here, man. Just ice in his veins. He's been making clutch kick after clutch kick all year long. Loved what I saw from him today. I've told you this already. He has supplanted Eddie Pinheiro as our kicker. This just confirms it even more. Like, it's not even close now. I'm not sure what's going on with Eddie Pinheiro, if he's still hurt, but he lost his job. Sorry, that's how it is. Carlos Santos is the kicker for now and for the foreseeable future until he proves otherwise. All right. Another quick positive. Loved what I saw from our receivers today. Outside of a couple of drops here and there, A-Rob was money, like usually is, Mr. Consistent. Anthony Miller had a great game. I had been down on Anthony Miller. Came out, played really well today. Ran some good routes, good catches. And then Darnell Mooney. I mean, the entire NFL is recognizing that he's a stud, not just the Bears. So obviously that touchdown, deep touchdown from Nick Foles, that was phenomenal to see. So loved what I saw from our receivers. David Montgomery finally broke a big one in today's game. That was nice to see. It felt like it's been forever. It probably has been forever since he broke a long run. So you like seeing that. So I like that from David Montgomery. So that was the positives. All right. So let's talk about the negatives. So let me start with Matt Nagy real quickly here. And hold on. Before you guys think I'm just going to rip apart Matt Nagy like I did last week, I'm actually not going to do that completely. The reason I want to talk about Matt Nagy first is because I have a lot to say about Nick Foles. Oh, I have a lot to say about Nick Foles. Don't you worry, and I'm saving that for the end. So hang tight. But let's just quickly talk about Matt Nagy. I said I was done with the positives. Let me add one more. His play calling today against the Saints, much better. Not even close. Night and day from the Rams game. And I want to really take a second to point that out, that I loved his play calling at the beginning of this game because some of you called me out on Twitter. By the way, follow me on there. I live tweet during every game saying that I'm too critical of Matt Nagy. I blame everything on Matt Nagy, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't. I feel like I'm very fair. When Matt Nagy does well, I give him praise. When he does not do well, I give him criticism, just like every other player or individual. Matt Nagy, at the beginning of this game, with play calling, was incredible. Short, quick passes, short yardage runs, no Cordell Patterson. You even threw in Mitchell Trubisky, which I love there. Phenomenal play calling. But that was only like the first quarter, first half-ish. Then he reverted back to his old habits. And lo and behold, what do you see here? Oh, is that Cordell Patterson? Is that Cordell Patterson for like a wide receiver screen? Damn it, it is. Why is he back in the game, Matt Nagy? So you revert back to your old tricks. Now it's like 3rd and 4, and now you run the football when you should really be passing. Like, oh, Matt Nagy, what are you doing? And then when it's time to ice the kicker, Will Lutz for the Saints, you're supposed to ice when he's taking the kick and call the timeout. Not before, Matt Nagy, not before. Okay? So, like, some of these decisions he makes, it's just head-scratching to me. But it was still an improvement from last game. I have to give him that. It was still an improvement from last game in terms of the play calling. Okay? And as far as the offense, the blame here, majority of it, is going to go to number 9, Nick Foles. Nick Foles was awful. Look, you guys are going to say, oh, he had the 2 great throws to Mooney and A-Rob. Yeah, he did. They were great throws. But this is not a second-year player here. We're talking about a former Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles, right? So the standards have to be up, right? Let's call out the double standard like it is. Mitch Trubisky has a game like that Nick Foles did today. He's getting benched. Oh, he's already benched. Mitch Trubisky got benched for less. I sound like a broken record, probably because I am, because it's true. Mitch Trubisky got benched for less. The interceptions that Nick Foles throws every single freaking week are backbreaking. They're the same damn interceptions that Mitchell Trubisky would get criticized for. Off his back foot, sloppy footwork, inaccurate throws. Literally the same mistakes that Mitchell Trubisky got criticized for, Nick Foles does not. Why is that? I want to know, because Nick Foles today was good enough to get benched. And I promise you this, if it was flipped and it was Mitchell Trubisky having that performance and Nick Foles had not started a game for us, Mitch Trubisky is getting benched. There's not a doubt in my mind he is. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Matt Nagy is, not fair all the time and he prefers Foles over Mitch, because I gave Matt Nagy credit for having an open competition and letting the guy who won the quarterback job win it fairly and squarely, and that was Mitchell Trubisky. And so he didn't pick Nick Foles from the beginning, even though he could have, and I would have been like, oh, Matt Nagy's biased. But now, Matt Nagy, here's the thing. Look at yourself and understand this. The long-term answer on this team at quarterback is not on this roster. It's just not. It's not Nick Foles. It's not Mitchell Trubisky. So when that is the case, who gives a damn about feelings? Who gives a damn about how these guys want or feel? I only care about winning, and you should too. You had no problem taking Mitch out of the damn Falcons game for one interception. You should feel the same way with Nick Foles. That was a winnable game. I don't care who is the quarterback. I don't care who ends that game, who starts, who ends it. I want that win. You should have, if you felt like the momentum was going away, you should have put in Mitchell Trubisky. I'm serious. And I've not been saying that every single game because Nick Foles has had up and down games. But damn it, this guy's got an interception every single game. He turns the ball over more than Mitchell Trubisky. He's a statue in the pocket. We had a play in overtime where Nick Foles literally had the first down if he just runs for it, and he hesitated like 3 times, and he said, oh, I can't run. That's too far, and I am an absolute duck. I'm a tent. I fold like a cheap tent in the pocket because I'm a statue. Nick Foles can't run at all. Not mobile at all. And when you're playing behind a bad offensive line, folks, that is a disaster. You know how many sacks Nick Foles took today that were just back-breaking sacks? Like, just awful. Nick Foles deserves the majority of the blame for the Bears losing this game over Matt Nagy. Absolutely. I would say it's like 70, 80% Nick Foles and 20 to 30% Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy's play calling was improved. I have to be fair. Nick Foles was garbage. Outside of the 2 throws to Mooney and, A-Rob and a few throws here and there was more bad than good. That's it. There was more bad than good. This is literally the same thing that Mitch got criticized for. He was too inconsistent. But now you're getting the same inconsistencies, more turnovers, and less mobility. Again, that's all I have to say. I'm not here to say start Mitch because he's the right guy or keep Nick Foles because he's the right guy. No, neither are the right guy. But what I am saying is make it so the hook is quick on either of them. I don't care who's the quarterback. I want wins. If we have to become the first team in NFL history who starts a different quarterback every week, so be it. I know you guys might think it's crazy here, but all I'm saying is this. Quarterback play for us has lost pretty much all our games besides the Rams. I feel like that was more. Well, Nick Foles was bad that game too, but that was more Matt Nagy. But quarterbacks lost the games for us that we've lost. The offense has been the reason why. So why not? Why not? What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. Okay? So again, Nick Foles, you got to play better here. And if you guys are wondering what it's going to take for Mitchell Trubisky to come back, I don't think it's going to happen unless Nick Foles gets hurt. Because if Nick Foles didn't get benched after this performance, I don't know how he gets benched. Like, I don't know. The offense couldn't move anything in the second half, and he still was in the game. So that's just where I'm at, folks. But it's tough right now. The Titans are coming up. It's going to be tough here, folks. But again, hang in there with me, guys. We still have a Super Bowl defense. We just got to get this thing right on offense. And remember, I always tell you guys, nothing worth having in life comes easy. So you got to stick to it, stick to the course, and hopefully you prevail. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. One other thing I do want to point out, Juwan Wims, what the hell was that? I don't care if Wims is cut tomorrow. That was egregious, what he did to the Saints player. I get it, the Saints player, was poking in Anthony Miller's helmet or something like that, but you can't do that. And can we think about stuff before we do it here? Because if you're going to punch a guy, at least do it when his helmet's not on. Like, my God. Juwan Wims, I'm sorry. That was just brutal. We lost momentum after that play as well. If he gets cut tomorrow, I'm not going to care. Bring up Riley Ridley. I don't care at this point. Yeah, that was awful. That was awful by Juwan Wims. He's probably going to get suspended. He absolutely deserved to get thrown out. That was bad. All right, so again, guys, Bears lose here 26-23. What can I say? We got a major problem, and that's the offense. So Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you're interested. As always, thanks for watching.